on down onto your back. And you can have your legs either out straight, or you can keep them bent, keep your knees bent if you like, if it's more comfortable. If you have blocks, and you want to bring the soles of your feet together, just support your knees with your blocks. And take a moment or two to begin to follow your breath. As you follow your breath, notice with each inhalation the filling of the front of the body. And with each exhalation, the emptying out. So imagine as you inhale peace, and exhale peace and calm into your body. And now just begin to deepen your breath. Take a few long, slow, deep inhalations and long, slow, complete exhalations. And then let your breath come back to its natural rhythm. And for pranayama today, we're going to practice Viloma breath, which is 3 distinct inhalations with a pause in between each one. I think we've done this before, so it may not be new, but you begin by drawing in about 1/3 of what you believe your capacity to be, and then pause, and then breathe in the second third and pause, and then the final third and pause. And when you exhale in one complete breath, and then we begin the cycle again. So inhale to about 1/3 of your capacity and pause. And now inhale again, second, third, and pause. And then the final third. And pause. And then exhale in one breath, release. Inhale, 1/3 and pause. Inhale, second third and pause. Inhale, final third and pause. Exhale and release. And then just do a couple more rounds of that breath on your own. And now let your breath come back to its natural rhythm. And with your next inhale, take your arms up and reach them behind you. Reach your hands away, stretch through your heels, and then bring your arms down by your sides. Reach your arms up and take them all the way behind you. And then exhale, bring them down by your sides. And one more time. Inhale, reach your arms up. Stretch through the balls of your feet and reach your fingers away. And then relax your feet, bring your arms up towards the ceiling, and open and close your hands. Make some circles with your wrists. And go the other way. And then wave your hands up and down to open the front and back of your wrists. And bring your palms together. And when you interlace your fingers, interlace all the way down to the webbing. And then reach your arms up and then turn your palms up towards the ceiling. And see if you can keep the interlace of your fingers together. Good. And then take your hands behind you. Bring your ankles together. Press through your feet like you're standing in mountain pose. And then relax your feet. Bring your arms up to the ceiling. Bend your elbows in towards and bring your hands to your chest, and then press your hands towards your feet. Bend your elbows in and reach your arms up. And then release the interlace of your hands. Wiggle your fingers. Hold on to opposite elbows. Take your arms up over your head. And take a moment to notice what's touching the mat. Remember, you can always bring your arms to your forehead if the arms overhead is a little bit too much. And just take a moment, scan your body. And then bring your arms up and let them hover just above your ribs. And make circles with your arms. And pause. Take your arms up towards the ceiling with your palms facing one another. And reach your fingertips up towards the ceiling. Shrug your shoulders up off your mat and place them down. Reach and shrug and place them down. And one more time, reach up, shrug your shoulders up, and then bring them back down. Cross the other arm in front of and hold on to your elbows. And then with your arms just above your ribs, make circles in the other direction. And pause. Reach your arms up and all the way behind you. Reach and stretch. And then bring your arms down by your sides. And with your feet pointed up to the ceiling, scrunch and spread your toes. And then point and flex your feet. And make circles with your ankles. And go the other way. And then take your feet slightly wider than your hips. Bring your big toes together. And pinky toes to the floor, and then just windshield wipe your feet. In and out to lubricate your hips. And then bring your big toes together. And point your toes. And do a pelvic tilt. And then release. Slide your heels and tap the backs of your legs. Okay. And then just come back to be on your mat. Walk your legs over to the right side of your mat. And reach your arms up behind you. Hold on to your left wrist with the right hand. Stretch your left arm behind you. Press through your left heel. for a nice stretch on the left side of your body. And then walk your feet back and over to the left side of your mat. And reach with the right arm, press through your right heel for a stretch on the right side of your body. And then come back to the center, bring your arms down by your sides and bend your knees. Bring your feet to the floor. Lift your hips up a little bit, slide the buttock flesh down towards your heels, and place your back on the mat. Walk your hands down towards your feet. And then tap the fingers on your left hand and walk them down just a little bit, roll the shoulder down and then release. And then do the same on the other side, tent the right fingers, walk your hands down and place your shoulders on the mat. Press your feet into the floor, press the lower back into the floor by doing a pelvic tilt. And release, press your feet, press the lower back into the mat. And release, and one more time, press your feet, press the lower back into the mat. And release, and then draw your knees in towards your chest, rock them in and out. And keep them hugged in towards your chest with a little space between your knees, and rock from side to side. And then come back to the middle, hold on behind your knees. Let your legs relax, let your feet relax, and just rock your knees in and out. And then take your feet a little higher up, maybe shins parallel to the floor. Keep the feet relaxed and rock in and out. And then one more time, take the legs up a little higher and rock in. So when you're here, you probably feel your middle back to the upper back being massaged. And then take your legs flat up towards the ceiling, rock your knees in and out. Good. And then press your legs up and bring them in. And stretch the legs up and bring them in. And stretch your legs up. Point and flex your feet. And make circles with your ankles. And go the other way. And then bring your feet together. Bring the soles of your feet together. Hold on to your ankles. Bring your elbows to your inner thighs. Good. And then bring your feet to the floor and extend both legs. Extend your arms. Reach and stretch. And then exhale, bring your left thigh in close to your chest and rock it in and out. Hold on to the top of your left knee with your right hand and draw your knee towards your right shoulder. And then come back and take your left hand to the left knee, draw the knee towards the left shoulder. And then just hold on to the top of your knee, make a few circles with your hip. And then pause and go the other way. Hug your knee in. And then stretch your leg up. Press your thigh into your hands, hands into your thigh. And then draw your knee to your chest and stretch your leg up. Draw your knee in, rock in and out. And then keep a little bend in your knee. Walk your hands up towards your shin or your ankle, wherever you can reach. And then stretch the back of your leg to help open up the back of your knee. Good. And then bring the arch of your left foot to your right knee. Left hand out to a T. And then draw your knee over towards the right. Keep your gaze at the ceiling with your shoulders on the mat. And then come back up to the center, bend both knees. Press your feet into the floor, press the lower back into the floor. And release. press your feet, press the lower back into the mat. And release, and press your feet, press the lower back into the mat. And release, and then extend your left leg down onto the mat. Bring your right thigh in close, rock it in and out. Hold on to your right knee with the left hand and draw your knee over towards your left shoulder. And then hold on to your knee with the right hand and draw it in towards your right shoulder. And then bring the right hand to the top of your right knee and make some circles with your right hip. And pause, and then go the other way. And pause, and bring your thigh into your chest. And then reach your leg up. Point and flex your foot. Draw your thigh to your chest. Reach your leg up. Draw your thigh in. Keep that little bend in the knee. Walk your hands up to wherever your arms will reach, and then straighten the back of your leg. Good. Bring the arch of your right foot to your left knee, right hand out to a T, and then bring your knees over to the left. Come back up to the center, extend your legs and your arms. Reach and stretch, do a pelvic tilt. And then come back, bring your arms down, bend your knees. Take your left ankle over the right knee. And use your left hand to roll open your left hip. And then bring your knees into your chest. So if you're tight here, rock in and out. Otherwise, if you feel a little looser, you can just keep the legs in. I like to rock either way. Sometimes they feel pretty open, sometimes not so much. And then hug your knees in. And take your knees just a couple inches over to the right for a deep stretch in the outer glute and outer hip. And then come back to the center, lower your right foot to the floor, cross the left leg all the way over, and bring your knees in, rock them in and out. And hug them in and rock a little side to side. And then lower your right foot to the floor, keep the legs crossed, take your left arm out to a T, and then take your knees and bring them over to the right. Let your toes rest on the floor if you can. And you can keep your gaze either at the ceiling or out over your right shoulder, left shoulder. Come back up to the center. Hold on to your left ankle with the right hand and draw your foot up a little higher onto your thigh. Good, good. And then bring your knees in. So you're going to feel a nice, really deep stretch. And then release the feet, take them as wide as your mat, and rock your knees from side to side. This always feels good to me after that deep stretch. And then bring your feet back to hip distance apart and take your right ankle over the left knee. And use your right hand to roll open your hip and bring your knees into your chest. Rock them in and out. And then hug your knees in, take them a couple inches over to the left. And then come back to the center, lower the left foot, cross the right leg all the way over. And then bring your knees in, rock in and out. And lower your left foot to the floor. Take your right arm out to a T and use your left hand to guide your knees over to the left. And again, your gaze can be out over your right shoulder if you like, or keep it at the ceiling. Come back up to the middle. Hold on to your right ankle with the left hand and bring your foot a little higher up on your thigh, wherever you can reach. And then bring your knees in. Rock in and out. And then bring your feet to the floor. Take them as wide as your mat. Arms out to a T. And rock your knees from side to side. And then take your knees all the way over to the right to stretch your left hip flexor. And then bring them up to the center, cross them over to the left for a stretch in your right hip flexor. Come back up to the middle, extend both legs and your arms. Reach and stretch, do a pelvic tilt to engage your lower abs. And then bring your arms down by your sides, bend your knees, and roll to one side. And let's sit up for a few minutes. All right. So bring your hands to your knees. I'm smiling under here. I heard somewhere that since you can't see people smile anymore, you have to look at their eyes, and you can tell when people are smiling. And now they, instead of calling it a smile, they call it a smile. Smile with your eyes. So, okay. So just sit for a moment, close your eyes. With your exhale, lower your chin towards your chest. You can feel the release in your back of your neck with every exhalation. And bring your chin back to parallel and turn your head to the right. And to the middle and to the left. And to the middle and right. And middle and left. And middle. And then once again with your exhale, lower your chin to your chest. Keep your chin tucked in and roll your left ear to your left shoulder. Keep the chin tucked in, bring it to your chest, and then roll your right ear to your right shoulder. Bring your chin to your chest, and then bring your chin parallel to the floor. Take your arms out to your sides. And walk your fingers away, wiggle your fingers, and release. And then walk your fingers away, stretch your arms and release. And reach the arms out, wiggle the fingers and release. Roll your shoulders. And reverse. So remember, those of us in the studio, a quiet, just a silent pop. Everybody else can do their own thing. Inhale up, exhale. Inhale up, exhale up. Inhale up, exhale. Reach your arms up. Turn your palms, exhale and release. Reach your arms up. Turn your palms, exhale. Inhale, reach up. Turn your palms, exhale, and release. Reach up with your right arm. And right arm. No, you're right, you're fine. Walk out to the left. And come back up. Reach up with your left arm. Walk out to the right. And come back up. Reach up with your right arm. Walk out. And curl your ribs to the floor. Inhale and open. And curl your ribs. And open. And curl your ribs. And inhale, come all the way up. Reach up with your left arm, walk out to the right. Curl your ribs towards the floor. And open. Good, curl your ribs. And open. And one more time, curl your ribs to the floor. And then inhale, come all the way up. Reach across the body with your left arm. And back, and then with the right. And back, reach across and down. And back, and across and down again. And come back. And then bring your left hand to your right knee. Take your right hand behind you, draw your navel in, soften your lower back, and exhale, twist ribs, chest, and shoulders. And try to keep your chin in line with your heart. Good. Good. And then come back to the middle. Take your right hand to your left knee, left hand behind you. And then as you exhale, twist ribs, chest, shoulders. And come back to the middle, bring your hands to your knees and round your back. Lift your chest and round your back. Lift your chest and round your back. And lift your chest. And then just with the legs crossed, come forward. So you might feel a little bit of, depending on which foot is in first. So I have my right leg in close. I can feel this in my left hip. And then walk yourself up. And then just so that we're not lopsided when we walk out, change the cross of your legs. And then come forward again. And then walk yourself up. Take your legs out in front of you. And slide your heels. Tap the backs of your legs. Bring your hands to the sides of your hips. Press gently through the balls of your feet. Lift your kneecaps up towards your thighs. Draw your navel in. Relax your shoulders. And then bring your hands forward. Press into your legs, lift up your chest. Come back up. Whoops, losing my mask. And then bring your hands behind you, bring the soles of your feet together. Now be careful because the floor here is slippery, so just be careful. Good. And then take the legs out. And one more time, come forward. Press into your legs, lift up your chest. And then come back up, bring the soles of the feet together again. Good. And then take your left foot into your right thigh. And walk yourself forward. Walk yourself up. Turn towards your bent knee. And turn towards your straight leg. And come back to the center. Take your left foot, bring it in close to your glutes. Take your right hand behind you, reach up with the left arm, And bring your arm to the inside of your knee. Press one against the other and twist. And then come back. Cross the left leg over the right. And then wrap your right arm around the front of your left shin or your hand, whichever works for you. And then twist. Come back to the center and just let your knee rest open for a minute. So have your leg resting on your ankle resting on your right leg, and just up and down a little bit with your leg. Helps to open up your hip a little bit more. And then, to whatever extent you can, hold on to the left ankle and bring the legs on top of one another. Good, Nancy. Yeah. Good. Yeah. Good. Both hands. And come forward. You won't be able to go far. And then come back up. Take your legs in front of you, slide your heels. And then take your hands behind you, bring the soles of the feet together. Good. Take your legs out, bring your right foot into the left thigh. Good. And then walk yourself forward. Walk yourself up. Turn towards your bent knee. And then come back to the straight leg. Come back to the middle. Bring your right foot close to your right glute. Reach up with the right arm. Bring it to the inside of your right leg. Press one against the other and twist. And come back to the middle. Cross the right leg over the left. Wrap your left arm around the shin and then twist the other way. Come back to the middle and just let your knee drop. Keep your ankle on your foot, on your leg. And then just up and down with the hip. And then hold on to your right ankle with the left hand. Bring the knees on top of one another or as close to that as you can get. And then just walk forward. And then come back up. Bring the soles of your feet together again. Good. And then bring the knees together. Bring your hands up on top of your knees, round your back. Lift your chest. Round your back. Lift your chest and round your back. And lift your chest. And let's come down to hands and knees. And just press your hands into the floor, round your back. And then inhale, lift your heart forward and round your back. And lift your chest. One more time, round your back. And come to a neutral spine. Walk your hands slightly out in front of your shoulders. And then when you round your back this time, press your hips back down towards your heels. And then as you come forward, turn your inner elbows to face the wall in front of you and lower your hips so that you're in a form of upward facing dog. That's it. And now press back, round your back, send your hips back towards your feet. Good. Turn your inner elbows forward and press into the floor, lower your hips, lift your heart. Good. And then press back. We'll do it one more time. Come forward, turn your inner elbows forward and lower your hips, lift your chest. And then press back and let's come all the way down to extended child. And then come up to table and take your blocks. And let's just step the feet forward to come up to forward fold. And bring your blocks underneath your shoulders and your feet right behind the blocks so that your hips are over your ankles. Bend and straighten your knees a couple of times. And then straighten the legs. Walk your blocks up in front, way in front of your shoulders. Good. Good. And then press your hips back like you're going to jump off a ski lift. Good. And then come up. And one more time, press the hips back. Bring your ribs to the thighs. And lift up. And last one. Bend your knees, press your hips back, bring your ribs to your thighs, release your hands down to the floor, and then inhale slowly, roll yourself up, reach your arms up, and bring your hands to heart center, and pause in Tadasana. So I just need to adjust my screen here so I'm not headless. Yeah, well, I guess maybe I might be. Set a little more. There we go. Now I'm legless. It's a little different every place. I may have to get some additional height on this chair, I guess. Okay, that's probably as good as we're going to get today. So come to Tadasana. Press your feet into the floor. Lift your kneecaps. Draw your navel in. Descend the buttock flush. Reach your hands down to the floor. And lift the crown of your head to the ceiling. And then reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Bend your knees, plant your hands, and step your feet back for downward facing dog. Press through your hands. Lengthen through your arms. Draw your navel up and in. And then glide forward to plank. Good. Shoulders over your wrists. Kathy, you're too close. And I'm not Kathy Taft, you're okay. Kathy Callahan. You need to lower your hips, step your feet back. There you go. Even more, even more, even more. Lower your hips. There you go. Now press back. And then walk your feet forward to forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Reach up, stretch up. Bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Bend your knees, plant your hands, step your feet back, downward facing dog. Glide forward to plank. Keep coming, Kim. Keep your legs together. Good. And then press back for downward dog. Look forward to your hands. And walk your feet forward. Oops, that was kind of hard. And then inhale, come all the way up. Reach up, stretch up. Bring your hands to your heart. Pause in Tadasana. And then step to the center of your mat. Good. And bring your hands to your hips. Step your feet wide. I should have said, take your blocks and bring your blocks to the back of your mat and have them almost right behind your heels, just someplace that you can reach them quickly and easily. Good. Bring your hands to your hips. Turn your left toes out. Turn your right toes in. Soften your knee. Turn your thigh towards your pinky toe. Straighten your leg and lift up your kneecaps. Good. Reach your arms out to a T. Relax your shoulders. Reach with the left arm, cut in with your left hip. Bring your hand down to your shin, or you can take your block and bring your hand to your block. Good. Press into your feet, reach up with the top arm. Reach back with your back hand. Extend your knee over your ankle. Good, look out over your fingertips. Warrior two. Lower your back hand, flip your palm. Reach up for reverse warrior. Come back to warrior two. Bring your forearm to your thigh, back hand to your hip. Roll your shoulder open, and then reach up with your right arm, bring it next to your ear, if you can. Good. Sweep the right arm down, around, come back to warrior two. Good. Reach back with your back arm, straighten your front leg, bring your hands to your hips, turn your feet. And then take your right toes out, left toes in. Soften your knee, turn your thigh, straighten your leg. Lift up your kneecaps. Reach your arms out to a T and relax your shoulders. Reach with the right arm, cut in with your right hip, and then bring your hand to your shin, your ankle, your block, the floor, wherever you can reach. Good. Press into your feet, reach up with the top arm. Reach back with your back arm, extend your knee over your ankle. Look out over your fingertips. Bring your forearm to your thigh, back hand to your hip. Roll your shoulder open. Lorraine, be careful of your shoulder. Maybe I'm on the wrong side, but. And then reach up with the top arm. Bring it next to your ear if you can. Good. Sweep the top arm down. Bring yourself back up to warrior two. Reach back with your back hand. Straighten your front leg. Bring your hands to your hips and turn your feet. And let's heel toe the feet together. Okay. So for those of you here in the studio, I'm going to call it a studio because I can never know what to call it. If you want to use the wall, use the wall. If you would like to use the wall and wipe it down beforehand, you can grab a wipe, they're right up here. We're going to do tree pose. If not, you can try with your balance, see how balance is today. Bring your hands to your hips. For those of you at home, if you want to have a chair or a piece of furniture, just to bring your hand out and steady yourself, you can do that. But press into your feet. And let's focus on the left big toe mound. And then find a focal point, something that you know is not going to move. So maybe behind me, you can look at this pretty screen. And then take your right toes either to your ankle, to your calf, or if you feel like you can do all the way up, you can go all the way up. And then when you're ready, bring your hands to the center of your heart. And then reach your arms up. Release your arms. Release your leg. Bring your hands to your hips. Press your feet into the floor, especially the big toe mound on your right foot. Bring your left foot, find your focal point, fix your gaze. Bring your left foot to your ankle or to your calf, or again, if you feel like you can go all the way up, you can go all the way up. Bring your hands to your heart, and then reach your arms up. Lower your arms and lower your leg. And then just give everything a bounce. Let's just stretch the quads a little. So hold on to your right ankle. Take your arm out to the side to help with balance. If you feel especially balanced today, you can take your both hands to your foot. And then release. And then let's take the left leg up. Take your right arm out to the side. Again, if you want, you can try both hands. It's always a challenge. Press into the big toe mound on your right foot. It helps. And then release. Okay. And just once again, give everything a bounce. So that was a preliminary, as you know, for dancer pose. So let's press the big toe mound on the left foot down into the mat. Hold on to your right ankle with the right hand. And then just reach your left arm up. Stay here. Good, 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 good. If you want to just come forward a little bit, come forward. And then come back up and release. That was good. That was really good. Nice job. It helps when you do that little preliminary stretch of the quads, I think, because you get your head sort of wrapped around what you're going to do next. So press your right big toe mound into the floor, and then reach for your left ankle. Whoops. And then reach up with your right arm. And if you want to come a little forward, you can come a little forward. And then come on back up. And release, and release. Good, Kathy. There you go. Good. So one side, as you know, one side's always better than the other. It's always different. All right. And let's just want to do a time check. So let's come on down to the mat again. And as you make your way down to your mat, hold on behind your knees and roll yourself down onto the floor. And bring your knees into your chest. Rock them in and out. And hug them in and rock side to side. And bring your feet to the floor. Take your belt and wrap your belt around the front of your ankles. So we've done this a couple times now. This is kind of old news for you. Walk your hands down towards your feet. So wrap it around both ankles, the front of both ankles. And then press your feet into the floor and lift up your hips. And then slowly lower down. Bring your knees into your chest, rock in and out. And then bring your feet to the floor again. Bring your belt around your ankles. And one more time, let's press the feet into the floor and your shoulders into the floor. Lift up your hips. And then slowly roll down. You can set your belt aside. Extend your legs and your arms and stretch your body. And bring your arms by your sides. Bring your feet back to the floor. Bring your ankles and your knees together. Take your arms out to a T. Press your feet into the floor and the lower back into the floor. And let your knees rock to the right and take your gaze to the left. And then come back up to the center, press your feet into the floor and the lower back into the floor. And then take your knees over to the left, gaze to the right. Again, come back up to the center. And one more time, extend your legs, extend your arms, reach and stretch. Do a pelvic tilt. And then exhale, bring your arms down by your sides so you can prepare for Shavasana. So just let your legs splay to the corners of your mat. Bring your awareness back to your breath. And relax your legs. Relax your hips. Relax your belly and your chest. Relax your shoulders and your neck. Relax the skin on your face. Relax your scalp. Feel a wave of relaxation, like a veil, come down around your body. Meditation, a touch like the whisper of a wing feather at the top of the head. There is a hint of energy moving, and closed eyes rise to follow. This is such a subtle shift, easy to miss, simpler to say it's just a current of air. But no, the upward pull will not be denied. There is within a caged bird longing to fly, a spark that knows it's part of a sacred fire, a soul that yearns for home and freedom, and senses the infinite possibility of both in moments like this, when a golden silence holds the whole world in its thrall, the only sound, the rise and fall of breath. Now you can begin to bring some motion back into your body. Movement. Move your fingers, wiggle your toes, stretch the body. And then slowly draw your knees into your chest and roll to your right side. And then take a long, slow, deep breath in and a long, slow, complete breath out. And come up to sit in Sukhasana. And bring your hands to the center of your chest and lower your head, reminding us to surrender the mind to the wisdom that resides in the heart. May the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way.